My name is Suhu. My name is Suhu. My name is Suhu.
Nice to meet you, Suho. What was the most memorable scene for you in the paper menagerie?
The most memorable scene for me was when Jack's mother said that when she says love in English, she feels it only with her mouth, but when she says I in Chinese, she feels it with her heart. That line was so emotional and poetic that it really stayed with me.
Suho, that's a powerful choice. Why do you think that line had such a strong emotional impact on you?
I think this scene shows how deeply she values her culture and language. A word, I, represents more than just a love. It pulls her memories, her emotions, and her identity. I also felt that in this moment, she was really trying to connect with Jack by showing that her love is real, even if he couldn't understand it. I realized that language is more than communication. It's a way to express how we are.
Thanks, Suho. Now, after reading the whole story, what did you learn, or how did your thinking change?
After reading the story, I started to understand how serious cultural and language differences can be. Jack and his mother loved each other, but they couldn't really understand each other by the gap between their languages and cultures. It made me think that if people don't try to respect or learn about each other's backgrounds, even love might not be enough to stay close. It made me want to learn more about my own culture and family.
That's a meaningful reflection. What made you feel that understanding your own culture and family became more important after reading this story?
Because they showed how important sharing our own thinking through our languages and through our backgrounds is important. As Jack and his mother couldn't understand each other by the gap between their languages and cultures, I could realize that. And I'm most curious about my grandparents' lives when they were young. I think they experienced a very different career from the one I know today. I want to ask them how they grew up, what future they dreamed of, what cultures they followed. I think this might help me to understand more about my roots.
Thanks for sharing your thoughts, Suho. Now, let me give you your score based on 4 categories. First, fluency. You used a variety of sentence structures and vocabulary to explain your ideas, and your thoughts were logically connected. That's a 5 out of 5. Second, grammar and word choice. I counted 5 or fewer noticeable errors, so you also receive a 5 out of 5. Third, pauses and clarity. There were some natural pauses, but they didn't affect your meaning. That's a 5 out of 5. Lastly, expansion of answers. You gave extended answers with more than 4 sentences multiple times. That's a strong 5 out of 5. Your total score is 20 out of 20. Great work.